Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Confessions of a Dollar Tree Addict. I'm Marina and I'm actually on my way. I postponed my appointment yesterday. I just couldn't do it, but I'm on my way to see the radiation doctor for my post breast cancer surgery radiation workup or whatever it is that I'm going there to do today. Now, I have kind of left it open-ended because I really don't even understand what's going on, to be very honest with you guys. And if you are on this channel because you are on your own cancer journey, my heart goes out to you, and I will link a playlist of content that is pertaining to shitty breast cancer in the description box. But if you are viewing this on Facebook or on Instagram, which I'm trying to actually put content out more to lately, really my main channel is YouTube. So with that having been said, Confessions of a Dollar Tree Addict is my main content. But you know what? Whether you're a Dollar Treesta or anything in this world, cancer doesn't care what you do or who you are. It affects anybody and everybody whenever it feels like, and it's merciless. It's a terrorist. When I first found out in July that I had breast cancer, it was right after my husband had passed away in late May, and I feel like I've spent the year almost numb, in desperation. There's just no other word for it. It's hard to talk about, because I'm not necessarily the type of person who goes numb. I'm very outspoken and very emotional, for those of you who know, but it was too much, even for me. And I shut down. And I guess I do shut down a lot. Sometimes I'm really delusional in that area because I'm really great at getting a task done. And I think that maybe a lot of people who are given a diagnosis where they really don't even know if they're going to live. I thought I was going to die, not just because it was cancer, but because I had taken care of my husband for so long that it had spread, and it was a large amount of cancer. So they wouldn't even really tell me what the prognosis was in the beginning. They just told me immediately you have to start chemo. And I had to go through 2 different types of chemo, Red Devil and I forget the other one. You guys, I'm terrible with the names of chemo because I hate it, but I survived and I was terrified. And during the process, other things, you know what? I found actually over the last almost year, it's almost a year since I got diagnosed with cancer. Well, not quite, but almost. I found out that a lot of people who are diagnosed with cancer get ghosted by people that they really would never expect to leave their side. People who are their closest friends, even relatives, just cut them out of their lives. And the truth is, it has nothing to do with me, has nothing to do with you if you've been ghosted. It's a reflection of those people. Those people just see something in that fear or in their own mortality, and they can't handle it. And you know what? We're all human, and we're just spiritual beings. What is that expression? We're just spiritual beings. We're just human beings having a spirit. What is that expression? You guys know what I'm talking about. I don't know. But we're just basically people trying to have some kind of a experience here on earth, and sometimes people just fall short and they disappoint you, and maybe you disappoint them, and who knows what the deal is. But during the time that I got diagnosed with cancer and had to deal with it, I went through so much shit. Honestly, I don't even know how I haven't killed anybody. I just have to be really, sometimes I wake up and I'm like, oh, and then I'm like, it's not so bad. You're alive. And you know, F it. That's it. Like, people suck. let him keep on sucking on. I don't know what more to say. But I found myself after my surgery in bewilderment. And I don't know if other people find themselves in this place, because never mind the fact that you're like, is it going to come back? Every little ache and pain, you're like, oh man, what is this crap now? But besides that, neuroses, because that's a whole other bowl of shitty cancer wax, really didn't understand what was going on. And I still don't. Basically, they did my surgery, and during my surgery, they found that there was like a pencil point worth of cancer that they did find in one of my lymph nodes. It was a minuscule amount. And usually the board of surgeons there, they suggest that you remove all of your lymph nodes. But then my surgeon was like, no, the quality of life, no. I think that the radiation will do the trick. And then you're going to need a year of immunotherapy. And so I was like, a year of immunotherapy? Wow. At first I thought it was like some kind of spa luxury vitamin type thing. It sounds good, like immunotherapy. But then I was like, wait a minute, what the heck is this? And she was like, well, it's not like chemotherapy. It's not going to make you sick, but it is a weekly treatment. And then I'm like, I'm putting more crap in my body for once a week for a year? More crap going into my system? I don't know if I want this. And then I just felt so powerless, because I don't even know what they're going to put into my body. I'm going to find out more, of course. And I do have appointments with other doctors, but it just seems like so anticlimactic. So I'm like, so I still have cancer? And she was like, no, you're cancer free. And I'm like, wait a minute. I had cancer, invasive ductal carcinoma. I did all the shitty chemo for shitty breast cancer. And then my PET scan showed that I had no cancer. And then you did surgery in my lymph node and you found cancer, but you found a different type of cancer that we didn't know about. How do I have cancer that we didn't even know about after I've done MRIs and scans, and where else is there cancer? And she was like, it was a very minuscule cell of cancer. She said sometimes cancer cells break off and mutate. And when we found your cancer, it had spread so much that we didn't know for certain what you had going on. But the type of treatment that you received doesn't normally stave off or kill the kind of cancer that we have currently found. The type of cancer that you had doesn't get staved off by the type of chemo that you did. But due to the amount of chemo that you had and the strength of it, like I had very strong chemo and I did the entire course, never stopping. She said, you did well for chemo, your body. And I was like, of course, I've lived a life of toxicity. How could I? And that's like my favorite thing to tell all the chemo doctors is, I've just lived my whole life in such negative, toxic waste that even chemo doesn't faze me. And so my surgeon hugged me and was like, it's going to be okay. And I'm like, how do you even know that? You didn't even know that I had this cancer. What else is lurking in my body? And so, of course, I'm doing the best that I can, you guys. I found myself feeling more alone than ever because I left the surgeon's office thinking they didn't even know that I had this cancer. And I've been doing all this shit for almost a year. How did they not even know that I had this How did they not even know that I had this cancer? I don't get it. I don't understand. And when I don't understand something, I'm a Virgo. When I don't understand something, my brain goes completely cuckoo. And so I just felt like, what is my purpose here? What was I granted the gift of life for? Like, what am I going to do with the rest of my life? And then the other day, it occurred to me, honey, if you don't get your ass to the oncologist and all of these appointments that you keep rescheduling, you're not going to have the rest of your life. You're just blowing it off because you're afraid, which I very rarely admit, but I've been afraid. I've been afraid because I feel so lucky that I did not have to have a mastectomy. I feel that the universe, whatever powers that be out there, truly took pity on me. If I had to have a mastectomy, I'm not sure that mentally I would be okay. I might be in the loony bin, honestly. And I understand that a lot of women have gone through it. And I understand that the reconstructive surgery is nice. I've seen women have literally shown me their breasts at this point who have had the reconstructive surgery. I've met other women who have gone through this treatment, and I don't heal well. I have fibromyalgia. For anyone that knows what that is and what that feels like, whenever an incision is made in my body, it never stops hurting. And it's not crazy. It always is tender. It always feels like a foreign entity on my body. And I'm not a crybaby, but it's just a lot. And so I couldn't imagine what how that would feel. Even as it is now, I had 2 very large incisions, which I kind of love. I feel like Sally, and I need to find my Jack Skellington. That's how I feel. Because I kind of feel like Sally from The Nightmare Before Christmas now. I love my scars. They're kind of beautiful. And my surgeon was really good, and she did a beautiful job. Like, I love how everything came out. It still hurts, because it's going to basically hurt forever. Hopefully it won't, but judging by other incisions I've had made in my body, they're always going to feel weird to me. Regardless, I don't know. I just felt like putting this content out there for other cancer survivors, other people who have had to go through radiation and a year of immunotherapy and maybe have even had mastectomies. I mean, I'm very lucky. I had stage 3, maybe higher cancer, and radiation killed it. But what else did it do in my body? That's what concerns me. But every day that I'm alive is a gift. And some days I wake up and I don't even remember that my husband has passed away until, I really get back into the swing of things for the moment. And some days I wake up and I initially don't remember that my husband is dead, and then I realize that John has passed away, and it hits me all over again, and I feel like I'm in a nightmare. And I'm also so grateful, so very grateful to be here and feel pretty damn good for someone who's been through everything that I've been through. One thing is for sure, I am 100% going to be one of those old ladies that rocks wigs, because I have become an expert at wearing wigs, and I've created so many red ones because there's not a lot of great red wigs out there that work, but I recreated them. And I mean, I like to make light of things because I like to consider it all joy. I made that clear from the beginning. Even the cancer, there had to be a reason. The universe wanted me to learn some type of lesson of self-care. And I've put myself in scenarios where I cause myself a lot of pain and suffering, but I'm a human learning how to live life on life's terms. For those of you who follow my channel, you know that I'm also in recovery, and I have almost 19 years in August sober, and I'm kind of proud of myself. I went through shitty chemo and shitty cancer, and the best that I could do to numb myself out was curse a whole lot. I managed to go through all of that stuff, and the worst that I did was I did smoke some cigarettes. When I'm under the highest level of stress, every once in a while, I have, since I've been diagnosed with cancer, I have purchased and consumed 2 packs of cigarettes, which is kind of disgusting, but I'm ratting myself out. I obviously didn't smoke them all at once. I had one every once in a while, but sometimes you just get so panic-stricken or terrified and you smoke a cigarette. I know you smoke some of it. You take a couple of puffs, you throw it away. It is what it is. But I'm not proud of myself. I've ratted myself out because I'm not perfect. Everyone thinks that I'm like always happy and cheerful. I am actually. A lot of the time I'm really happy, or I'm super depressed. I'm not gonna lie. I feel the most alive when I'm sharing with other people my experience this way, because I don't know why I cry when I'm in, like, you guys know that I'm in recovery and I'm in AA. And when I talk about this stuff, first of all, you're not supposed to talk about this stuff in AA, but I like to blur the lines. It's all connected to me, because recovery is recovery is recovery. If you're done drinking and then you start gambling or sleeping with people or becoming a doormat or whatever it is that you're doing, it's all the same. And when you're faced with something like death, it's really hard not to regress back to old addictions. Don't get me wrong, I thought about plenty of it. Like, I was like, well, what do I really have to live for anymore? I'm going through chemo. I could die. My husband is dead. I should start drinking again and live it up. But I didn't, because I have a son who wants to join the Marines, of all things, out of nowhere. I mean, yeah, you guys, all of these things have been happening. It's almost unbelievable. And for whatever reason, I'm still here, and I have testimony of some kind to share that you can do it. I could do it. You can too. And I can certainly attest to the fact that if I can do it, you can too. Now, I'm a couple of minutes from my doctor's office, and then I have another appointment today. I rescheduled everything. I kept postponing it, you guys. I just needed a couple more days to get my shit together. Sometimes this girl, she needs to just lay on her floor and meditate and stare at the ceiling. And trust me, that's what it takes sometimes. You just lay on the floor and cry, or smile. Think about good things. I don't know. Sometimes I just space out. Think about everything I've gone through and how much more is going to happen to me. And then after a day or so, I'm like, all right, I'm done having a pity party. Get your ass up and do what you got to do. And so that's what this video is about. Honestly, I make videos about whatever I feel like. And at this point, whoever watches them, watches them. I used to make pretty good money on YouTube to run my charity. I don't anymore. There are so many people out there who are so happy to see me failing, but I don't feel like a failure. I feel like, considering the fact that I went through stage 3 cancer and still managed to have a YouTube channel, to coin a great 90s phrase, I better work, because that is pretty impressive. It wasn't easy, and summer is inevitably going to come here. By the way, it's freezing in New York today, but I refuse. I refuse to wear a coat anymore, and I refuse to be cold. I told myself, you're done with shitty cancer, and you're done with winter. Winter, be gone. So maybe tomorrow the universe will conspire to bring us some sunshine. In the meantime, I just wanted to let you guys know where I'm at and what you'll be expecting. And for anyone who is going through their own chronic illness, cancer journey, autoimmune disease, anything, that mental illness, drug addiction, whatever it is that plagues you in your, anything or everything that plagues you chronically or has just happened to you and you want to talk about it, leave a comment down below. And I'm sure that in this community, you will find someone who is like-minded and can be a form of support to you. And that is what I love about the community that I've built here on YouTube. Originally, I came here because I run a nonprofit organization called Garage Sales Against Violence, and we help women who are survivors of domestic violence. Survivors of domestic violence suffer in silence so often. They have PTSD on a cellular level. All of that negativity takes its toll on your body, and I feel like I am living proof of that. Living is the key word here, and there are so many of us out there, even in this community. So I just wanted to share what's going on with me openly and candidly. And as always, my friends, stay safe and stay savvy. Bye-bye.